Good morning, students. Today we will do a topic that is conjunctions. Now, first of all, we should know the meaning of conjunctions. Conjunctions has many names like it is called connectors, also linking words, joining words. All these are names of conjunction. So now what is conjunction? A conjunction is a connecting or linking word used to join phrases, clauses or sentences. So basically a conjunction is a connecting. It is a connecting or linking word. We use conjunction for connecting or linking words, and it can join phrases, it can join clauses, and it can join sentences also. So now we have three types of conjunctions. See, you can check the table. It is coordinating, subordinating, and correlative. So we will do the explanation one by one. Now the first type is coordinating conjunctions. Now what are coordinating conjunctions? The coordinating conjunctions are used to connect words, phrases and clauses of equal ranks. Now they are saying that coordinating conjunctions are those conjunctions in which we connect words, phrases, and clauses which are of equal importance, equal rank. It means that they are independent. They are not dependent on each other. When the two sentences are independent, are of equal ranks, then the conjunction used are always coordinating. Like they have given examples and, but, or, nor, for, yet, so. Now we have one short form. It is fanboys. FAN, fan, BOYS, fanboys. So F for, A for and, N for nor, B for but, O for or, Y for yet, and S for so. So the conjunctions which start with fanboys all comes under coordinating conjunctions. Okay. Now the first is and. We are doing the explanation one by one. Now where do we use and? It is used to combine two word sentences or ideas. Simply, when we have to add any two words, any sentences, or any two ideas, then we use and. Like, say it is written, I like to drink tea and coffee. Means you want both the things. You want tea also and coffee also. So you are using and. Means you are adding something to one thing. Like, I drink tea and coffee. He eats cake, chocolate, pastry, and chips. Now you are mentioning two, three things here. One is cake, chocolate, pastry, and chips. So when you are combining two or more words, then you simply use and. Next is but. Now, what is the use of but? It is used to connect to contrast ideas. When you have two opposite ideas, then we always use but. Like it is written, Andy likes red, but Sophie likes blue. So they are two opposite ideas. One likes red and the other likes blue. So whenever you are joining two opposite ideas, then you will always use but. Like I am dancing, but she is singing. Like one thing is that I am dancing and the other is she is singing. So these are two ideas, but they are opposite. So whenever we have opposite ideas, then we always use the conjunction but. Next is or. So now or, as you know, that it is used to express a choice between two things. Whenever you have choice, you have to choose one, then we always use or. It is used for choice. You can eat it with a fork or a spoon. Now you have choice between fork and spoon. So whenever we have choice between two, then we always use or. Now next example is you are making the diagram horizontally or vertically. So now you have choice, either you can make horizontally or you can make vertically. So whenever we have choice between two things, then we always use the conjunction or. Now the next conjunction is nor. Now it is used to combine two words or ideas, both of which are to be negated. So it is used in negative sentences basically when you have to combine two words or ideas and you have to neglect both of them, then you will use nor. Like it is written, Ram is drinking neither hot chocolate nor coffee. So whenever you don't want to accept any of the options, it is completely negative, then you use nor. Like Ram is drinking neither hot chocolate nor coffee. Means not anything, not even chocolate, not even coffee. Now next is Kiran has not come nor has Sham. Now you are using here Kiran has not come nor has Sham. It is also negative. Neither Kiran came, neither Sham. So it is negative. So you will use nor in this. So you are not accepting any of the options, then we use nor. Now the third conjunction is for. Now where do we use for? It is used as a conjunction of purpose or reason. So whenever you have to tell any additional information, you have to give any reason which is additional, then you always use for. Like, I cannot attend the meeting for I am unwell. So this I am unwell is the additional information, so you are using for in the sentence. I am not willing to spend so much money on it, for it is very expensive. So it is very expensive. This sentence is additional information. So whenever we have to give any additional information, then we always use for. Next is yet. Now where do we use yet? It is used to express that something has not happened but you expect it to happen. Now the thing which has not happened but it can happen, for that we use yet. Like, see, I am not very comfortable doing it, yet I will try doing it. So now what happened that I was not comfortable, still I will try doing it. So here I'm using yet because it is used to express something that has not happened but it can happen. Now the next is Rocky terrorizes the poodles next door yet adores the German Shepherd across the street. So now in both the examples there are things which hasn't happened but we can expect it to happen. For that we always use yet. Now the next conjunction is so. Now where do we use so? It is used as a conjunction of result or consequence. So whenever you are using any sentence in which any result or consequence comes, for that we always use so. Like, everyone was busy in work, so I brought all the items myself. So what happened, that everyone was busy, and then what was the consequence? I brought all the items myself. So it is the result, it is the consequence. So I'm using so here. Now next example, all the rooms of the hotel were occupied, so I had to shift here. Now what happened, that all the rooms were occupied, and what consequence came? I had to shift here. So whenever any consequence or result comes, for that we always use so. So these were the coordinating conjunctions. Now we are moving towards correlative conjunctions. Now what are correlative conjunctions? Those conjunctions that are used in pairs to connect two words, phrases or sentences are known as correlative conjunctions. Always remember that the conjunctions which we use in pairs, these are always used in pairs. So these conjunctions are correlative conjunctions. Now the first is either or. Now the pair is either or, they both are used together always, either or. It is used to show choice between two things. So either or is always used to show the choice, and you have two things and you have to choose one. For that we use either or. Either Max or James has taken the pen. I will drink either cold coffee or iced tea. So you have two options, either cold coffee or iced tea. Next is neither nor. It is used to refuse both the choices. Means you do not have any choice. If you are refusing both the choices you have, for that we use neither nor. It is negative, and neither is always used with nor. Like, I will go to neither Jaipur nor Jaisalmer. Like, he is not going anywhere, neither Jaipur nor Jaisalmer. Neither they are writing nor are they allowing me to write. So it is also negative. So whenever you are expressing two choices and you are refusing both the choices, for that we use neither nor. So next conjunction is both and. It is used to combine two ideas. So whenever you have one idea and you are adding one more idea to it, you are combining two ideas, for that we use both and. Like, my brother is both smart and intelligent. So one thing was that your brother was smart, and one more thing you are adding to it, intelligent. So you have combined two things here, one is smart and the other is intelligent. So you are using both and in this sentence. Now the next is whether or. Next conjunction is whether or. In whether or, it is used to express doubt or choice between two things. Whenever you have any doubt or any choice between two things, then we use whether or. Tell me whether you will do it or not. So you have a doubt whether he will do it or not. So you are using whether here. Do you know whether it will be raining today or not? In this also you have doubt whether it will rain or not. So you are using whether or. Next is not only but also. In this it is used to express the inclusion of more than one thing. When you are adding more than one thing, you have already one thing and you are just adding one more thing to it, then you use not only but also. Like she is not only a dancer but also a singer. So here she is dancer but she is singer also. So we are adding two things to one person. So we use not only but also. We are not only composing the music for a film but also directing a film. So here also we are adding two things. So we are using not only but also. Now the next is subordinating conjunctions. Now what are subordinating conjunctions? A subordinating conjunction joins a clause to another on which it depends for its full meaning. So as I have told you that coordinating conjunctions are independent, they do not depend, but subordinating conjunctions are dependent on each other. Okay, they always join the sentence or clause which depends on the other one for its full meaning. Like you can see the list here: after, if, only, unless. All these are conjunctions, all these are subordinating conjunctions. So we will do the uses one by one. The first one is after. Now as you know, after means later than the time given. The meaning of after is later than. It is used to express the sequence of happening of two things. So whenever the first thing happens, then the other, after later that other thing happens, then we use after. Sequence of happening of two things, one after another. Like I will drink the milk after my brother drinks it. First thing is that brother will drink, then I will drink. So we are using after, later than. You could go and play after you have done the dishes. So we always use after to express the sequence of happening of two things, and it means later than. Next is if. If is used to express a condition in a clause. So whenever you have any condition, so if is always used for condition. If you work hard, you will pass. So what is the condition? That you have to work hard and the result will come that you will pass. So whenever we have any condition in our sentence, we always use if. So students, today we will do only these conjunctions. Tomorrow we will continue our topic. Thank you.